Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go because we have to talk about some very interesting stuff. First of all, Bitcoin absolutely ripping. That is good, but we also have to talk about Bitforex. Once again, I just made a video yesterday about Bitforex, and today we have some other news, and it involves OKX. So, guys, stay vigilant and stay tuned because this might be interesting for you. And then, obviously, we're going to talk about the absolute main topic, which is music NFTs and other NFT verticals coming for Veve, and slowly but surely it's ramping up what is coming for Veve and Ecomi. So very interesting stuff here, and let's go. So, good morning, every one of you. I'm sorry that we are starting so late, but please, still, if you are not completely frustrated by the couple of minutes delay, then please smash up the like button right now to pump this stream also out to everyone else. And yeah, so as I already wrote in the chat, I literally started the stream on time. It just didn't connect live, and it did show me your chat is not connected in the chat box. So I didn't figure that I was actually not live. So I tried to talk to you guys and send me a message, and I don't know what. And then after 4 minutes or so, I checked if I was actually live, and I wasn't. So that sucks. So I got until here, more or less, right? So yeah, that's pretty brutal. Anyways, yeah, make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, with bell notification on to never miss out on a live stream. And if you want, you can become one of these guys, sponsors of my channel, rare hodlers, and I don't know, the chat, yeah, okay, everything works, nice. Okay, so let's see who's in the house. Energy is in the house. I thought the coffee machine was broken. No, it wasn't this time. Not that also happened one time. Yeah, and then we have Motili here. Good morning, Veve. Nico is here. What's going on? Good morning, G-Flow. PH, I'm feeling bullish. I think 10 cent OMI is achievable. Thoughts? And 10 cents OMI is achievable. Yeah, potentially, why not? But a lot has to happen. I mean, we have seen that the Ecomi channel has said that OMI to NFTs next, and that would be one of the biggest catalysts that could actually pull OMI out of the slump. But then we still have to have the exchanges, right? So yeah, so let me quickly get rid of my own YouTube channel here, and then we start. So let's start by addressing what's happening to Bitcoin. And yeah, maybe we start with the Bitcoin chart because we are getting rejected exactly where we thought we would get rejected. If we go here into the daily, it's a little bit more visible. But obviously, I'm talking about, oh, that was the 1 hour. Sorry about that. Obviously, I'm talking about getting rejected, but we have pumped so much in the last couple of days. I mean, look at that. Look at that pump. It's just pump, consolidating a couple of days, another bull flag pump, and now we are just hit our head at the all-time high, basically, because if we are going back to the last cycle, that's more or less where this wick ended. So now this is a very big resistance, right? Because that's actually where everyone is in profit right now, or at zero. The one poor guy that bought this top is also now at more or less at zero, minus a couple of percent, because we got. But look at this rejection. So this rejection was 5%, and it got bought up mostly. So really, really crazy, right? Every rejection that we have gets just bought up immediately. And I think that is because retail knows that usually this bull run looks like this. And also, if we look a little bit at this, it's kind of similar, right? So you have some pumps, and then at some point you come beyond the all-time high. So you have a little bit of resistance, but then you only go. And at some point you have a little bit more drawbacks as you go. So this was the last bull run, this 16% drawdown, but gets up bought up immediately, and then you're just flying. And at some point you have a bigger retracement, a really nasty one where people think the bull market is over. This was 30%. And we will see, because we didn't have any pullbacks so far of that magnitude. Although, you remember this one here, which wasn't really too hard, but that was actually a 21%er if you go from wick to wick. But people didn't really feel like it because there was already hope and euphoria in this space, right? So, yeah, Bitcoin could be just blasting through this. As per the other runs. And that would mean, it's not confirmed yet, but that would mean that Bitcoin goes into price discovery before the halving, forms a new all-time high before the halving. So what's happening right now around Bitcoin is MicroStrategy Bitcoin stack now valued at 12.59 billion. They're up over 100% on the investment and 6.4 billion in profit, and they're actually getting a loan. I read in another article, or borrowing money, 600 million to buy more Bitcoin. So that Bitcoin has to come from somewhere. And if you saw last stream, you also saw that the OTC desk is drained. Basically, there's no more Bitcoin available. But everyone's buying. So if everyone's buying, they have to buy on centralized exchanges or on DEXs. But the OTC desks are empty, basically. Or the price has to shoot up first so that there is new Bitcoin coming on the OTC desk as people are willing to buy. So MicroStrategy wants to buy, and then there's someone else who's supposedly buying. So you see here, the Emir of Qatar visited El Salvador in September, okay? Which is El Salvador, one of those countries, the small countries that actually adopted Bitcoin, so or put Bitcoin as their reserve, and actually it did that with borrowed money from the IMF, if I'm not mistaken. And now they can technically sell a part of the Bitcoin, and if they even have something open with the IMF, they can just pay it back, and they still are good, right? So this could be a new strategy for smaller countries to borrow money from the IMF, buy Bitcoin, and then sell some Bitcoin and buy and give that money back. But we see here, okay, the Emir of Qatar, His Highness Tamim bin Hamad, has arrived in our country. They say, okay, Qatar private jet in Madeira during the Bitcoin conference. So this guy went also to a Bitcoin conference to watch sailors talk at Bitcoin Atlantis. And then, or allegedly, right? Sure enough, checks out just there for the Cristiano Ronaldo Museum, I'm sure. So, people putting some clues together and believe that this guy probably bought Bitcoin right now. So let's see here. Let's see what you guys have to say. Trucking Hank, good morning. Hey, what's going on, Trucking Hank? Hope you're at home, not driving. Nico says, first time I'm here at 7:50 and you're late. Yeah, shit happens, right? Hey, Green Lantern, GM, 2 Heidelberg, boys, pump it. Absolutely, it's pumping. is pumping, and it's still, you see like the altcoins, they were a little bit mixed during Bitcoin. So still Bitcoin season, right? Conquer says GM. Planet Profit says music. Absolutely. Walrus King says, how is your Veve's SR comic stack going? If Stacker is live, we can look at it when we talk about Veve in a second. But let's look at this first. And this is only small headline, but it's pretty big. Like small headline, big impact. Just in, BlackRock filed with the SEC to purchase Bitcoin ETFs for its strategic income opportunities portfolio. So it seems that this is more like a mixed fund. The strategic income opportunities portfolio is probably a fund which they offer to wealthy investors. And they probably want to purchase their own ETFs into that, so that whenever you buy a share of the strategic income opportunities portfolio, that you're buying a Bitcoin ETF as a percentage, which would mean that no matter if people are in Bitcoin or not, them buying the strategic income portfolio would mean they automatically buy a little bit of Bitcoin with it. So, and this is exactly what I meant where I say a couple of months ago, even years ago on this channel, where I say, what happens if all of those pension funds and investment funds and strategic portfolios and stock, mixed ETFs, what if they all somewhere invest into Bitcoin on a, and this now there's basically no way around anymore because so many companies are involved with Bitcoin. So either they are buying shares of Bitcoin miners like Marathon and TerraWolf. So that's like Berkshire Hathaway, for example, as well, right? They bought shares of Bitcoin miners, if I'm not mistaken, and other asset managers did as well. Or direct spot Bitcoin ETFs, or they bought MicroStrategy, for example. So if you're investing in those, you're automatically putting some money into that, and that's just something that automatically goes on, that does not really know dips, right? And that could really send the price if this happens all across the board, where just like I don't know, a middle class father that never heard about crypto buys let's say a mixed ETF, and with 5% of that money somehow buys Bitcoin, right? So that is absolutely bullish in my opinion. Yeah, and then also I think this is super interesting because it could give us an explanation, and this is just me theorizing, but could give us an explanation on, and let me get my face a little bit out of the way. By the way, where's the chat? There's the chat. Hey chat. Why was the chat gone? Before I forget it, thanks for reminding me, Blaze. Smash that like button, 100%. We have 26 people in here. If you could just smash the like button for me, it's absolutely free for you. Helps me tremendously. And win-win situation, guys. And we get more people in here to discuss with us. That would be also crazy. Do you all think the prices in Veve will fall? They have been falling over the last, not in all assets or not in all NFTs, but they have been falling over the last 2 weeks again a little bit. Maybe more on the comic side than on the collectible side. Stacks blockchain is king. Bitcoin layer 2 will be narrative this bull. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, there are a couple of them. I think Tectum is also directly tied to Bitcoin, right? But this here, so I think this is interesting. Just popped in while I'm working. Awesome to start the day with this discussion. Yeah, you got to stick to the important stuff, right? I mean, there's work, and then there is being on Patient Hodler's Crypto Morning Coffee, talking with some degenerates about buying digital figures of Disney and Marvel. Yeah, welcome to the stream, man. And by the way, I love Mew. I love Pokemon. Guilty as charged. So let's look at this. The liquidity cycle, which has aligned with every Bitcoin top and takeoff point, is here, right? So that is global. So that is Bitcoin price, tops and breakouts, not tops and bottoms, tops and breakouts. And this is the global liquidity signal versus or times major central bank balance sheets. So that means whenever major central banks are either doing quantitative easing or quantitative tightening. And we basically have an indicator if we're in a tightening phase, or if we are, and then there's basically a bull cross, or if we are in an easing phase, right? And as you can see here, I mean, we started quantitative tightening at this Bitcoin, at the last Bitcoin top, like the second top of that cycle. We started the tightening. I mean, the interest rates came up. We did a lot of Jerome Powell, which we didn't do in the past. So we already see that the importance is fading of that. But yeah, so technically we have started the phase of quantitative easing by only holding the interest rate and having the speculation of interest rate going down. And we have worldwide a global liquidity situation where Japan, where China, where Europe, where even the US have to print money to save essential parts of the system. So, and they are pumping that into the economy. So, and that could explain why we're a little bit we're a little bit before the halving, already going crazy together with the ETFs and that global liquidity situation, because actually we have already global liquidity infusion, although we were expecting it only for May and June and I don't know what, but we already have it. And that could also mean that despite the halving being a marker, it actually may not be the most impactful thing. And that would mean, if global liquidity is the most important factor, that we have to go and calculate our bull market cycle-wise from this point here. From this point. And we also see that the theory of the last bull run being inhibited seems to be right, because look at the size of this versus this and this and this, right? So it seems that our, even though the US printed so much money, it wasn't in general, like you see here, the global liquidity signal, it went up sharp, but it didn't go on for so long. Yeah, okay, so let's go quickly. So yesterday I showed this in a video already, so you really have to check out my videos as well. But basically, Ecomi got an update on Bitforex. So we're talking Bitforex right now. Because there are a couple of more things that I want to address here that didn't make the way into the video, either because they were not out yet, or because it would have blasted the scope of the last video, right? So Ecomi, if you have missed the video and everything else, basically the authorities, the Hong Kong police force, they have issued a public warning. They have gone against Bitforex, trying to take down the websites and so on, and they are investigating actively now to look into the Bitforex situation. And Ecomi has brought that update, which I think is good, because Ecomi and Veve, they were always known for, like, communication was not the best. Whoever is doing that, and apparently Foster at some point told me that he isn't writing all of the stuff on the Ecomi channel, so they are doing more in terms of communication as stuff comes out. So yeah. Now there's one thing, and this is issued already on February has been updated on 27th of February. This from OKX on a statement on the licensing status in Hong Kong. So OKX found themselves to forced to clarify on their licensing status. But be very careful, because OKX is on the very same list as Bitforex was before. Okay, so we see here that they are talking about. Here we see it. Where is it? OK has been included in the SFC's list of virtual asset trading platform applicants since November 2011. Since November 20th of 2023, so not too long ago, as one of the VATPs currently operating in Hong Kong, and that has submitted its license application to the SFC on or before 29th of February 2024. So actually, they are basically saying here that they got slapped, right, in that statement, which I showed before on stream and on the Bitforex videos, where a Japanese regulator basically said these are operating without legitimate documents, and then that statement was issued in February. So they just rapidly filed on 29th, and OKX Hong Kong is not currently a SFC licensed virtual asset trading platform. It's not currently, and its license application is under review by the SFC. So they have taken that step, that Bitforex didn't. So probably all of that stuff here flushed out Bitforex as one of the shady exchanges, as we saw yesterday in that article, that basically there are no offices and probably their numbers were wrong on employees, on trading volume, on how many people actually are on the exchange. Now, for OKX, a little bit better because they actually filed for something, so there seems to be more substance. So the Altcoin Technology Company Limited, an affiliate of OKX Hong Kong, has ceased to support virtual asset trading features on Altcoin.com or the OKCoin app since 12th of October 2023. It no longer accepts signups by new users and only supports existing registered users. So you can read the full statement. It's called Statement on Licensing Status here. If you have, and this is now very important, listen carefully. If you have funds on OKX, this is your last call to get them out there, because you don't know if they will lose a license or if they will cease to operate, if they will go rogue. You never know, right? That's your last call. If you didn't hear the explosion next to you, like the grenade hitting the ground next to you, the next one is aimed at you. This is because we saw so many people losing so many funds already on Bitforex. Don't be that guy. Let's get our shit together. Let's get our stuff out of there. So also here, this one here, SFC asked the Hong Kong police force to block access to relevant website. We saw that as well already. And yeah, so that's a report by suspicious. So here we see it, right? Suspicious virtual asset trading platform. This is Bitforex, not OKX, but you never know when OKX enters the realm as well. And then look at this. So this is exactly what I mean, like in terms of funds. And this guy, like, is so painful, but I'm going to read this, right? First Bitforex, where I had 40 million OMI ready to trade. Now I check my MetaMask that I never use, and all my 180 million OMI was hacked 4 days ago. Swapped on Uniswap and the rest transferred to a wallet. I'm devastated, and this also sounds like it is somehow connected. Now, there are people actively from the fam helping. You see here, Dr. Profit, for example, DM me. The guy that took your money did withdrawals on OKX, Kraken, and Bitforex to the same address. In other words, he is not anonymous. So there's a good chance that Actually, you can go after the person. If it's KYC'd on some of these exchanges, then yeah, something's happening. But you see here, no matter what people are saying, the crypto space, investing in altcoins, especially the smaller caps, that's no joke. We are living here in a single player PvP war zone. And this just shows it, because you put your stuff on an exchange, it's not safe. You put it on MetaMask, also not safe, because there are now even permissionless scams where you just click a link and they basically give themselves a permit and then they can drain your wallet. You don't even have to connect anymore, like in that way that you have to do before. So don't click any links. Don't connect your wallet to stuff if you have bigger funds on MetaMask, and consider cold storage for everything that you have, because that's the only. And we even saw scam links for Ledger and so on. So cold storage, just see it as an centralized or DEX to cold storage and way back. Nothing else with that cold storage. That's the only way, in my opinion, that this stuff survives. Yeah, and then take care of your seed phrase and your passwords. Obviously, that shouldn't be even something to mention. But this guy basically lost 220 million OMI with little chance to recover. Which brings me to, yeah, maybe I have to do another video because so many people ask some questions. But just the situation with Bitforex right now, what could be happening? So now we have the authorities trying to seize and get access to the platform. So that first of all requires that somehow they get an entry, that they find the servers, that they can access the funds. If they just went rogue and they never get the culprits, then yeah, maybe everything is just locked up in there, and if no one can access it anymore, then it's probably locked away. But the more likely scenario is that at some point they get access to Bitforex wallets, and then the question is how. It will take a long time, in my opinion, right? So they will not come out, oh yeah, we found the Bitforex stuff, let's just give access to people again and that's it. No, probably there are two ways. Either they can, if people are KYC'd, but there was no KYC, Bitforex no KYC options, I think. But if people are KYC, probably they can get back whatever wallet is tied to their KYC. Otherwise, if people can prove the funds are theirs, what could be common is they dump everything and then they give USDT back to the people. Now that's a little bit difficult because you cannot dump at the moment 22 billion OMI. You cannot even dump hundreds of millions of OMI because it just doesn't work. The liquidity isn't there. So definitely they cannot dump the 22 billion OMI in this market environment. They can only do it if OMI gets listed on a lot more exchanges, and then they can sell into a market with way more volume. And then also on an exchange like that, that's probably not the priority. But we saw before with FTX and with Gemini that a court, after more than a year, so that's the minimum I would say it takes, a court orders like, okay, you can liquidate X amount per week or per month to pay back your creditors. So that's also a thing, like even if they liquidate, are they going to pay back users, or are there creditors, are there companies that have open demand to Bitforex and that gets serviced first? And probably these authorities will take care that these companies are serviced first and then the users. So not looking too good, to be honest. Not looking too good. That doesn't mean that you can't get back something. in later, but not looking too good. Okay, moving on. Enough Bitforex, OKX, whatever shenanigans. Moving on. So we've seen Bitcoin pumping. Let's take a quick look at USDT Tether dominance in the market, which is one indicator. Yeah, and it's almost there at the next what is that? At the next resistance, or at the next support, which would be here. So this, I mean, there's still a little bit to go, and like, don't make no mistake, a couple of percent in Tether outflow going from 4.09 to 3.77 means, so if this goes, for everyone who to know, if this goes down, the market is pumping. If this goes up, the market is dumping. Because it basically means if this goes up, that people are moving into Tether, so basically selling stuff for Tether. If this goes down, people are allocating Tether into the crypto market. And I think the next bigger stop from technical perspective is this here, right? Where we had all of this action. So another 7% drop in Tether to go, which I think will just lead into more pumps. The question is it altcoins? Is it Bitcoin? We don't know, but it's going into the market. And then also I want to take a quick look with you at Bitcoin dominance, which is still ranging. So we see it here. It tries to break out at this resistance point here. So we see here that Bitcoin dominance is ranging in this since October 23. Yeah, just staying at the same level. And all of these drawdowns are all, for us, altcoin pumps, right? But on a broader picture, there is still, this looks more like Bitcoin dominance flagging and look at, even in here, it's just trying to break above. And I think if Bitcoin breaks this coincides with the current all-time high overhead resistance that we looked at in the beginning of the stream. Bitcoin dominance, I think, will fly off when the all-time high is broken and Bitcoin goes into this price discovery. I think Bitcoin will increase its share against the rest of the market cap before altcoins are pumping. So what I expect is that Bitcoin does a couple of percent more, getting close to the 60 at least, and then sharp decline altcoin season, just as we had it here. Look at that. So we also had this in the previous one where Bitcoin, that's the previous run, where Bitcoin, here also Bitcoin was flagging out a long time and then boom, just broke out, and then flagging along again and broke out once more. And these two are our Bitcoin tops. Yeah, so basically Bitcoin dominance was on the rise and did new highs until it formed its final top. Which also means that, yes, sure, you can have major altcoin pumps in here. These two led to big altcoin rallies, these two drawdowns in Bitcoin dominance, which is 20%. Like, Bitcoin lost 20% there and then went up again. So this is nothing. So what we've seen for altcoins is nothing right now. Look at this. And then what happens is when this happens, all hell breaks loose in the altcoin market. That's where you are making the life-changing or wife-changing money. Waterfall collapse. So at some point we will find, look, for example, here, this is such a very significant, if we put in here a range, you see that basically, it's a little bit bigger, but you see that this range, it acted as resistance, and then it broke, and then it acted as support, and then it lost support, and then altcoin season. The altcoin season started already with this drawdown, but basically lost support, right? And I think that we will have something similar. So we are ranging right now, but I think we will break out again and then ranging and break out again, and then boom, we collapse, right? So yeah, I think that could be happening. So let's look a little bit. We're getting a little bit closer to Omi and altcoins, and let's take the others chart again and see how altcoins are developing. Okay, so we have our next target. We are very close to our next target. The volume is ramping up. Everything goes according to plan. I think the altcoins should be going to this level. Another 10% in the entire altcoin market, because there's a little bit of noisiness here in the chart. So you see this spike, that's where we are right now. We could react a little bit for a couple of days, but we should be actually getting up to this level, because that's where we have the bigger confluence, yeah. And that's only a step on the way to getting to the 500 billion market cap for altcoins. So the altcoins, they're looking bullish. I mean, we have talked about this extensively. Actually, we were pretty good in predicting how the altcoin market goes. And I'm very curious if we will see another pullback at one of these ranges, or if we're just shooting through with Bitcoin. It depends also on if Bitcoin has some kind of a reaction here at and about the all-time high. Because many traders are taking some profits there. But we have the Bitcoin ETF, and we cannot forget that the Bitcoin ETF is kind of a little bit of a game changer there. So altcoins are looking pretty. Here we see it a little bit better actually in this chart, right? So the big resistance points are here. All of this, and that means this is going to be a bigger resistance point for the altcoin. But there's a little bit more way to go. And then altcoin market all-time high. Okay, so let's pull up the Omi chart already. Pull up the Omi chart already, and let's read chat, because there's a lot of comments of you guys to read. So let's see. So we had Scotty says, Veve should have developed a lot more for this bull run. Lack of interoperability and crypto payments mean people are going to go elsewhere to make money. It's a real shame. I love Veve. I think the moment that Veve brings some interoperability between their own token and the NFTs, which they confirmed is a priority in the next utility that is coming, I think at that point we have to rethink in a more bullish. Then we only need to solve the exchange topic, right? Omi to NFT and exchanges. I always said that this is the buy factor that is important, and continuing to keep licenses and develop Veve. Good morning, Luke. Welcome to the stream. Surfer Dude says announcement speculation for South by Southwest. Yep, I made a video about it yesterday. For the music NFTs, and then for Marvel, I think it's something like animation in comics or so, or that you can do something with the comics. But I think it could be big for comics as it is with Marvel. Gaming Evolved is also here. Hi everybody. Energy says saved my Omi from OKX. Yeah. Gaming Evolved says smash the like button. Oh yeah, guys, again, we have over 30 people here. So please smash up the like button if you haven't yet. There should be at least 30 likes right now. Maybe more, because some people are always coming and going. Crazy Dan says cold storage is the simple solution. Absolutely. 100% agree with you. Cold storage is a must have. Pro Legendary says, yo, 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 good morning. How are you doing? What's going on? Orange Glory says, morning, guys. Alan Thompson says, glad that got my OMI on the Veve app. I still lost a bit of money that I had on Bitforex for trading. Yeah, I mean, if the loss is small, then we can maybe yeah, we can go over it. But some people just lost way too much, and they got frustrated, and they got burned so much that they want to exit the space. Sorry to anyone who lost money in there. Yes, absolutely, me too. Pro Legendary says, can a cold storage wallet store multiple wallets, or can it just store one? That question is a little bit a cold. So it's like that. The cold storage is a means for you to basically have your money registered, or have your money in a wallet. So it provides you with wallet addresses where you can send your funds to. So it's basically saved on the blockchain, right? The coins are not really in that like in that small hard drive. They are not really in there, like physically in there. But the information, you can detach the information completely from the internet, and your access is basically via that hard drive, right? So you basically are saving how much is yours on the blockchain. So that information is on the blockchain. But you will have multiple wallets. So if you check out Ledger Nano S or something like that, you can send different coins, and usually it works like that. You connect your Ledger, you have to download an app like a little app in Ledger, in the Ledger software, to support each coin. So all of the Ethereum coins are usually supported with Ethereum, but then there's also stuff like VeChain, that's their own blockchain, Bitcoin in itself, and so on. So you have to download these apps, and then you get a wallet address, and then you can send your funds to this wallet address. And if you move large quantities, even though it might cost a couple of dollars to send stuff, it might be good to make a test transaction, so you are really sure that stuff is arriving at that point. So yeah. So I'm going with Ledger, but don't use the feature where you're saving parts of your seed phrase in the cloud, because that makes it less secure. So the best that you can do is save at least 2 to 3 versions of your seed phrase in different secure parts of, I don't know where it's secure for you. And that, I think, so you have to see one thing. You want to probably only sell in 6 months, or in even later than that, right? You want to sell your altcoins probably only after you're pretty sure that Bitcoin topped out, and that could take 10 months or so. And at that time, you don't want to have all your funds and money and stuff depending on whether an exchange goes down or not, right? So I mean, for me, for example, if I have something like pocket change on an exchange, then I just leave it there, because the transaction fees would eat up the gains. But if I have like significant bags, I get them off, put them on Ledger, and I sleep better. Hey Felipe, what's going on? Long time no see. I think in the last live streams I didn't see you, at least you didn't say anything. Good morning, how are you doing? By the way, nice badge there on the side of your name. That metal is already getting a little bit more golden, right? Mew says, OMI to NFTs, OMI on more exchanges, ramp up marketing by the Veve team and Pokemon. That would be a moonshot, still stacking patiently. Yeah, we can't be sure about Pokemon, but it's not out of the possibility. Energy says, we will sell in 2025 some OMI on 40 cents. Wow, you are bullish as hell. You're very bullish. You're very, very bullish. Nonetheless, Ecomi is still trying to breach through this overhead resistance and once again got rejected there. So you see this little red candle, but that doesn't mean at some point, we will see how long it takes, but at some point it will break this. And after it breaks this, so after it breaks this level up here, it will go on a potentially 60% rise from that level. But from here, that's a 84% move to the next big resistance. So this, in my opinion, this is the next big resistance here at 0018. And for that, we have to whales have to be done with trading this coin against the rest of the market, because all of this is whales locking in the price in a bigger trading. They tried to lock in OMI in here and make gains here, like they did, like buy sell buy sell buy sell. They made tremendous amounts of money here, and every time it got down here, it all got eaten up by whales. So now whales are taking profits on this level, on these levels here. Every time it goes up, they take profits, and the last times they sent. Yeah. By the way, this all is crypto XR and beyond, when the sentiment became better. Now let's talk a little bit about Veve and Ecomi. So this guy, for example, is one of the 7 holders of this ticket stub, and he says, I'm looking to sell this for OMI. You will probably never see this listed for sale lower than this. Come and get it. And this number 3, it's listed for $30,000. I'm very curious if someone actually buys this, because this guy wants to, so this means this guy wants to buy OMI for $30,000 by selling this NFT. But the interesting part here is not even that. The interesting part here is that if we had OMI to NFT, NFT to OMI, this guy could list the ticket for the equivalent Ecomi amount, and people could balance out. So for example, he could list it for, what is that, like $30,000 is what is that? Is that 300 million OMI or so? Is that true? I don't know, but I can think. But anyways, he could list it for no, it must be 30 million OMI, right? It must be 30 million OMI. So so he would then get all the OMI directly, and people could be like, oh, Ecomi dipped a little bit, so actually that collectible there, right there, just got cheaper. So they can buy OMI on the dip and pump it into such a collectible. And then other people can take profit easier on the collectible side and sell it for some OMI, and then sell the OMI on the market. So it would like go both ways. But I think it would be putting first in a bull run, put more buying pressure on OMI, because potentially there are more opportunities to, if you time it right, to get stuff cheaper. Yeah, then this music. It's on the thumbnail, let's talk about it. So we see here, so there's the jukebox, obviously, right? If we go on the jukebox for rabbits, and it's like it's run English, it's art, okay. People are like me. They wanted to have a big music creator, but I mean, it's the beginning for music, and we saw this often that Veve just started it out with something funny, and then pulled the trigger on a bigger one, like I said in the video. So apparently we get this jukebox, and then we also get music. So you can potentially buy these vinyls and get it into the jukebox. And I think this seems to me as if this is kind of a test run for something bigger, because I mean, what we know that there is a huge collector base out there that collects vinyls of bigger bands. So I think they must have something bigger in already licensed that is coming out for this type of vertical collectible. So interesting. So there's music coming out that you can then put in this jukebox probably. There are so this is Living in Delusionville and so on. Yeah. By the way, Living in Delusionville, right? We also know that there is the metaverse section coming for that on Veve or on the Veveverse, where it's basically Ron English Delusionville. So yeah, maybe that's a hint also on that. I'm not particularly a fan of this type of art. I like more traditional types of art, right? I like more the beauty side, not the psychedelic, crazy side. But there are a lot of people that enjoy this, that like this, and that collect this. So this could be interesting. Pro Legendary says, in regards to cold storage wallet, can I store multiple people's MetaMask wallet address tokens into one cold storage wallet with multiple wallet addresses? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think you get new wallet addresses for each token. If I could have a serious buyer would sell my gold logo for 40k also for Omi. Maybe there will be bigger stuff for sure, but this is the first on Veve, so try to get it. Yeah, yeah, probably. I mean, the first of a vertical is always interesting, right? The first comic, we saw it with MC1, the first car drop, Lamborghini, and so on. They're always interesting. And then don't forget that there's potentially and very soon coming also sports vertical. So then we would have music, sports, and what we're still missing is follow up and more on gaming, because we only have the Ubisoft rabbits right now. But I think David, you said there's more gaming also coming, and then we have what you guys mentioned, the South by Southwest event with Marvel, where we're hopefully getting something that is related to comics, which gives a little bit more utility to the comics in general. And we have this is something that most people were not around in the app when this first came out. There is going to be the Tokidoki Dragon Girl, a new drop one, right? Oh yeah, and Pro Legendary is right. The anime is also a vertical that is coming probably. PogChamp, exactly. So anime would be absolute PogChamp, 100%. Iceborne Dragon, you forgot. Oh yeah, right, Monster Hunter. I think, yeah, Monster Hunter. We also have Monster Hunter. Yeah, that's also from the gaming vertical. Energy is absolutely right. Absolutely right. So this Tokidoki is actually a crafting one. You have to have a Dragon Girl to be able to craft and buy this Dragon Girl. But I think for me it's easier. I just wait this out because people just bought a Dragon Girl and pumped the price from 20 to 19 gems to 55 and beyond for the normal Dragon Girl. So what I will do is I'll just wait, and then people will dump this Dragon Girl on the market for way lower than that. And then I'm going to buy that, right? If I want to have it. So pumped for a new Dragon Girl. Absolutely. It looks good. It looks really, really good. I mean, the coloring and so on. And it's a very well made, I mean, it's very detailed. It's very well designed. So the Tokidoki stuff, always high quality, it seems. If this Dragon Girl is animated, this would be fire. It's not, I think. It's not, because nothing on this seems to be animated, but who knows? We don't have the information just yet. But this is the Sakura Dragon Girl, starting Sunday, 10th of March at 8 a.m. So this is coming on Sunday, the crafting one. So the Tokidoki is coming on Sunday. The jukebox is coming on Saturday. And I'm not sure if you already can, if only the jukebox drops, or if we have, here we see, to be used in conjunction with Rabbit's jukebox, this series of 3 digital collectible records so 3 digital collectible, so I don't know, records for living delusional drops 9th of March at 9 a.m. So what I don't understand, here it says series of 3 digital collectible, but then records. So I don't know if that's just kind of what they invented as a name for the label or so, or if this is 3 different music thingies already. So this seems Saturday at 9 a.m. PT, and this at 8 a.m. PT. So you have these back to back, right? So we don't know what the price point is of that, but yeah, that's definitely. So the weekend's going to be fire with these 2 things. What do we have? Anything else? Okay, so that was actually the teaser for Tokidoki, by the way. So I don't know if did anyone get this right? Yeah, okay. 3rd of March. Okay, so Mr. MC1 actually got this right. Yeah. I mean, it is very clear here with also with the unicorn and so on. So yeah, it was maybe a little bit obvious. Will we see Asian market coming in? I mean, that's Asia, right? Tokidoki is Asia, I think. Will the users of the Asian market coming in? Probably, but probably only when stuff is going up and pumping, and probably only when anime is coming and stuff is coming that these people are really into. Because I think the collector's base for example, Peely is very, very narrow, right? Very specific. And these Peely Fantasy is very expensive on scarce puppets in Taiwan and Japan, but like there's not the broader mass market to it, right? Straight out of my bed says, which Lambo do you like most? Also, what happened to Stacker? I think they're currently working on Stacker. Let me check it out. So this is someone asked. I will check it quickly out here on the. While the engine is so this one was like, while the engineering team is fixing some bugs, I'll leave you with data, blah blah blah. And they had a status update. An automatic system upgrade failed and is misbehaving inside our core systems. Our engineering team is working on the problem. So this is what has happened there. I'm going to repost this also so that people on Twitter will know. Apparently they're doing some maintenance. Yeah, so this is the reason why, and probably it caused a little bit more trouble because, and you have to see, I mean that's like probably a very small team on Stacker, so they cannot fix things that fast. But I think if we are going to Stacker World, probably, yeah, there we go. I mean it's up, right? I don't know if it loads, but it's up. But I can't. What I can't do is I can't load my dashboard, but apparently I can look for collectibles. So what I bought, because someone asked which secret rare. I don't know if the search function works. No, also not. Okay, so the site is basically down. It's also not updating, right? Pro Legendary says, don't see any marketing from Veve in Asia. I think there's not really. I think there's not really a big reason to market when you don't have enough collectibles. So what do we have for Asia? We have Ultraman, we have Peely, we have the Tokidokis that are Asian themed, and we have Astro Boy. That's for Asia, right? But other than that, we don't really have much. Yeah, anyway, Stacker is down, so I'm going to show you what comics and stuff I bought. Yeah, and the rabbits. But the rabbits are popular elsewhere as well, and they are Ubisoft and so on. If you mean those rabbits. Yeah, but so for today, we're past 1 hour. People are going to kill me that I make so long live streams. But anyways, and I have to put the timestamps on it. I will do that as fast as possible. But yeah, so guys, 41 people here. Smash up the like button. I really appreciate it. It's really fun to discuss with you guys. Oh yeah, Kung Fu Panda as well. Energy, true. I like thinking of partners as the Bitcoin of the Veve app and Todd as the ETH. True, somewhat true. That comparison is really good, Mewtwo. By the way, why is your name Mewtwo, but your picture is Mew? You are right, Stacked Ultraman to prepare for Asia market. Good one. Energy says stamps. I doubt that Asian, especially Chinese people, are going crazy on that Chinese people are going crazy on USPS stamps. I think there must be something else. I mean, it basically says US forever, and then you want to sell that to Chinese. But anyways, make sure to smash up the like button right now. 43 people in here. If we could get 43 likes, that would be awesome. Let's do that. And push this stream to 1,000 views as well, like the last one. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, with notifications on, and I will see you in the next video update. I will see you in the next Crypto Morning Coffee. So wherever you are on the world, have a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon, and I see you tomorrow.